Hi, I'm Drew, and this is the Drew Petersen Podcast, home to one chairlift ride, ski pole microphone, and real story at a time. This chairlift chat is more of a T-bar talk, if you will, and it's with Angel Collinson, one of the greatest female big mountain skiers of all time. Known for shredding spines in Alaska and being a veritable star of TGR movies for over a decade, Angel surprised everyone when she announced her retirement in 2021. Now, this episode was filmed back in February of 2024, and it was one of the first times that Angel was back on skis following her retirement. She's always been somebody who's infectious to be around, but back in 2024, when she got back on skis and being there with her, she had a real aura about her. It was very obvious, to me at least, that she was living her best life and that she was living very true to herself and to her values. Now, I also wanted to get the podcast kicked off with this episode because I think it shows that this is a concept that I've been noodling on and that I've been wanting to create for a real long while. And it's true to the whole point of why I'm doing this. Real, genuine conversation with great human beings. Before we drop in, quick note from this episode's sponsor. You know when you find that ski and everything's dialed and you think to yourself, nothing about this needs changing? Well, that was the QST line from Salomon. But guess what? The QST line got a full redesign this year. No, not because anything needed changing, but because Salomon knew that they could make it even better. They knew that they could make it more playful, more versatile, and more consistent across the board. Personally, I've been skiing the QST 106 for the past 8 years, ever since I joined Salomon. It's been one of my favorite skis, and this redesign made it even better. So if you're thinking about some new skis, click the link in the show notes, the newsletter, or on my website. I know it's an extra step, but clicking that link helps to support me, and it proves the value of this podcast to Salomon, and that makes it so that I can keep doing this whole thing. All right, let's raise the bar, keep your tips up, and drop in.
That thing on?
First T-bar interview.
I've had 2 concussions in my life, and one of them was from a T-bar.
All right, well, I have to go no hands, so let's see if I fall off the T-bar.
Okay, I'll try and catch you.
Angel, you're on skis.
We're on skis.
It's so exciting to see you on skis. How does it feel?
It feels good. It feels really familiar and like, yeah, my life has been so full of new that it feels really cool to do something that feels just so ingrained in your whole like body, mind, spirit, kind of like coming home. But it actually also feels weird because I'm like so different now and skiing's just a totally different part of my life. So it's like, yeah, beautiful and awesome and weird and cool. Yeah.
I love that you said it feels like coming home. That's what I could hear in your voice.
Yeah.
So when you retired, you decided to make like a clean break from skiing. Most pro skiers will hold on to their ski career for the life of them and just kind of peter out into the ether. But you decided to have a clean break and actually retire. Why did you decide that?
Well, I mean, I was pretty burnt out, honestly, number one. And I was like, skiing was my whole life. And like, you know, I grew up skiing, like it was sort of just the only option really. And for a long time, even when I was a pro, like I just wanted to do something different. And like, it felt, I don't know, I just like have a hunger for, I guess, sucking at a lot of stuff, turns out, because that's what happened when I left skiing. I'm a beginner to everything else. But I don't know, it's just like, I just felt like there's so many more things I wanted to experience that add richness and like variety. And yeah, so I was just like, just felt easier and better to just totally put it on the shelf for a while.
Do you feel like you found that richness that you're looking for?
100%. Yeah. It took a minute. I mean, it's a lot of it too, like starting, like leaving this kind of only way of life that I've ever really known and starting over makes it so there's like a lot of unknown and learning moments. And it's not like I'm totally starting over, not knowing anything, but like it's it's the unknown waters out there, and that's really uncomfortable. And so I waver between feeling like so enriched by this new life with like sailing and learning how to surf and learning how to free dive and spearfish and learning everything ocean. And then also being like, what the hell am I doing with my life? I don't have things figured out. What's my clear career path? But like, it just feels rich and well rounded and like so much more me, even if at times I'm like, terrified and also being like, okay, well, I've never had a real job. Now what?
That's so cool. I always find, and I've always said that the greatest parts of my life and the greatest successes I ever have are after the like periods of the most doubt. So
Yes.
with how much discomfort you felt leaving it, going into all this new, like, how do you lean into that discomfort? Like, yeah, like what's your practice there?
Yeah, such a good question. I mean, I feel like it's just like consistently surrendering to the unknown and like trusting in yourself, trusting that you'll figure it out, trusting that the hard times will pass. There's like sort of a lot of, I don't know, I guess faith in yourself and in what life will bring you. And life isn't always like easy or fair or straightforward. Oftentimes it's anything but those things. And when we have those chapters, it's really sweet. But Pete and I have been having a saying that he found somewhere, and like when times are hard, he's like, we're just adding contrast. It can't be good all the time. And so I think, yeah, like I struggle with a lot of self-doubt, and it's almost just like a muscle of learning how to like not white knuckle life, and because you don't know what's going to happen, and just know that you've got what it takes and you'll figure it out.
Yeah, the better you get at pushing through and seeing what's on the other side, the easier it gets and the better it gets.
Yeah, like the more times you do it, and the more times you like do something that you're really scared of, whether it's, in the sport or in life, and then you like come out on the other side and you're like, all right, well, if I can do that, then I can do this. And the more reps you get, the more you're like, okay, we can do this.
Okay, so we're getting off the T-bar now. I had my butt literally clenched that whole time to not fall off. And because we're going skiing, one last question.
Yeah.
Why is skiing so fun for you now?
I mean, I just really love getting to do it for just me. Like it's such a sweet feeling. And I think when our like hobbies become our sports or become our jobs, like it's tough to keep that. Or at least it was for me. So it's really cool to just be able to be in my body, like be on the mountain, get some exercise, be in the trees, do something that I'm good at, that I know well, and just like have it 100% be for me. Yeah.
I love that. And I love your energy always, but the energy that you're putting out, and like even seeing you skiing this week, I can feel that joy. I can feel that passion back, and just you living in line with who you want to be. So good on you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks to Angel for joining me for a little T-bar talk, especially well before this was any sort of reality, and it was just a concept before it ended up in your ears. My greatest takeaway from that conversation with Angel is that she's been figuring out her path by doing it. She's definitely not figuring it out by sitting back on the couch. You can follow Angel on Instagram at Angel Collinson, and you can also check out her podcast, The Angel Collinson Connection. Now, man. Thanks as well to this episode's sponsor. You can always check out all of the show's sponsors and any discounts that they might be offering for listeners via my Substack or via my website. It's really good to be finally, as you can tell with this, thanks to this episode's sponsor, you can always check out all of the show's sponsors and any discounts that they are offering to you as a listener through my Substack or on my website. Through this episode, you can definitely see how good it feels to finally be getting this out there in the world. So if you want to continue checking out what I'm creating here with the podcast, with the show, please follow me on Instagram at DrewPeterski. Subscribe to my Substack where I send out the weekly newsletter. And then also follow or subscribe wherever you listen to and or watch your podcasts. That's it for this ride. Thanks for listening to the Drew Petersen podcast. Until next run, keep your tips up. Ski and enjoy it, my friends. There we go. I'm getting better at the spiel. Just to give myself some credit there.